Good morning. I am Steve Weber. Welcome to the American Gumption Morning Show on Wednesday, February the 10th. Today is show number 124. We're just rolling along here. We're like a steamroller rolling along here in the American Gumption Show, and broadcasting with spirituality gone wild since day one when we started back in August. And lots of good things happening in the spirituality gone wild world that we will be talking about. Debbie G and the rest of the team are preparing things and making things happen that I will be sharing with you very soon. So lots of good things happening. Alrighty, so today is, like I said, Wednesday, February 10th, and my guest is Don Lynch. Don is an energy body transformer, and today will be the first day I'm speaking directly with Don, but I've seen him on a couple of live broadcast, and I watched one recorded broadcast that a friend did. So I feel like I know Don a little bit, and yet I'm very excited to talk with him. So that'll be coming up at about 15 past the hour. Alrighty, and then my monologue is going to be quantum. Now, I am not a quantum physicist, but I am a student of quantum. I am a student of physics, and specifically the quantum physics is or the quantum world has caught my attention. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of a, kind of how that all happened and what I know. And it's kind of a layman's term of what quantum is all about, but I find it fascinating. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that today is that our guest, Don, the work that he's doing really is based on the quantum world. So that'll be, that's my monologue. We're going to do that in just a minute or so. So now tomorrow, I'm going to do a live broadcast, but I still don't have a guest. And, I've been having some great guests, and I've been preparing, working diligently to get ready for these guests. So I might just do a monologue only, take a little bit of an easy day tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe a guest will fill in. We got a lot of guests lining up in the queue. So the next couple of weeks and months are really, it's just kind of getting a certain momentum going. So, anyway, so we'll see what happens today. Now, Friday, Dory Morales is joining us, and she is the publisher of Green Living magazine. So she will be with us, our guest, on Friday. And then next week, no live show on Monday. It's President's Day. And I'm going away. I'm going away this weekend. So I'll tell you about that tomorrow, but I'll be getting back on Monday. And so no live show on Monday, but then Tuesday through Friday next week, we have live shows, and I have guests all lined up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So lots of good things happening in the American Gumption world. All righty, so let's shift gears. Let's go ahead and get into my little 10-minute quantum explanation here. So in college, I had to take a physics class. I was involved in it was required for my major, which at the time was, it ended up being business, but my minor, I can't even remember now what it was, but I had to take physics. And so I didn't like physics. And I remember telling people I don't like physics. And I realized at that time that was not a good thing for me to be saying. So me speaking and saying I don't like physics was not helping me. I was smart enough to know that, the law of attraction was not working. So I started saying, I like physics. I like physics. And I had a couple of friends from high school come out to California and visit, and we took a little road trip in the van. And I remember telling them that I like physics. I like physics. And really, I didn't like physics. And yet I kept saying over and over again, I like physics. So and it turned out that I actually, at the end of the semester, 3 months later, I don't know, I got a B or something like that. I did okay. And I liked physics. It was kind of fun. So that was the beginning of my physics class and my introduction into the quantum world, although really it was just basically physics 101. So I read a book in my 20s on Einstein, and I became fascinated with him. I don't know why. And while he wasn't really in the quantum world, certainly the equals MC squared concept, energy and matter being so closely connected, that caught my attention. And so that was an important, piece of the puzzle. 2009, my year of awakening, transformation. I've spoken about that. The whole mind body connection started really sinking in, and I realized that was an important component and piece of this whole thing. So again, I wasn't in the quantum world at that point, but I was like making that mind body connection. And I read a book, and I don't even remember what the book. I went back trying to find it a year or two ago, and I wasn't even able to find it. It was kind of more of a story, like a bit of a novel than a scientific book, but it talked about energy, it talked about past lives, it talked about the vibrational world, it talked about atoms, and how 99.9% of an atom is energy, is like air, space, and the other 0.001% is actually solid matter. So what we think of as solid is really these energy things. And that whole idea was fascinating to me. And then the idea that energy, could affect it. If in the quantum world, it's 99.99% space, well, that space and energy could affect it. And that connection, was made in my mind. And I realized that this is how the world works, and thoughts become things. And then, recently, the last several years, there's several books that I've ended up reading. Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. And he on a cellular level, how the membrane of the cell has these little receptors that do not take chemistry or direct signals from the body, but they react by energetic, like electromagnetic fields. And so, it's like things that are happening without being directly connected. And then Joe Dispenza, huge fan of Joe Dispenza, and the You Are the Placebo, and the whole idea that all this placebo stuff that we hear about, it's like people's lives are changing all the time as a result of what they think. So the pill, you take that little green pill, and the doctor says, take this little green pill, this will fix you, and boom, you get fixed. And whether the green pill actually is just a placebo and no actual chemicals, or whether it's a real chemicals, it almost has the same effect in many, many, many cases. So 1 year ago, I picked up this book, Quantum, by Majid Kumar. But he talked about Einstein and Bohr and the Great Divide, and really it was more of a history lesson of who these giants in the quantum world were, and how that whole, really in the 1930s, when it all kind of came about, what happened. So that was my that was my learning. But then since then, I picked up YouTube videos, Sean Carroll, Jim Al-Khali, and Arvin Ash are all people that I've watched their videos. They got, dozens and hundreds of videos, maybe not hundreds, but, certainly dozens. And these lectures are an hour long, and you can hear about the quantum world. And there's a lot of debate still. It's not like decided, but there's theories and there's ideas that are being explored. So, things I've learned about entanglement, the uncertainty principle, non-locality, quantum fields, parallel worlds, quantum jump. And then there's even like a whole piece of it that is bringing it into consciousness and God and reality. And they're talking about that, and they're trying to connect everything together. So it's kind of one of those crazy things that, the world of science and the world of religions. So they got separated back in the 1600s roughly, when they said, okay, the the thoughts and the spirituality is the part of religion, and the science is like, and they should not be connected together, and yet now they're coming together more and more and more. We're seeing that. So alrighty, so that's it. I hope now I'm going to wrap that up. The last thing I want to say is that in 2014 I ended up writing down these two beliefs that I had. I was doing a little bit of introspection and writing, and so I was encouraged to, like, well, what are your real core beliefs? What are they? And two of them that I ended up just sort of writing down. It turns out they were quite inspired by spirit, by source energy, and they are we are all connected, and there are no coincidences. So that is my foundational belief on the quantum world: is that it connects all of us, and that what looks like coincidences really are not coincidences. All righty. Now, I am going to bring our guest on in just a minute, but I'm going to do something first. I'm going to jump out of here, and this is going to go blank for a minute because my screen is not working properly, and I'm hoping that the broadcast is going out okay. It normally does. I don't know whether it's working or not, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to just do a quick closing of the Chrome browser and restart. So it'll take me just 30 or so seconds until I come back. I apologize for that, but I'll feel a lot better if I do that and make this broadcast be confident that it's working good. So I will be right back. Stay where you are. Don Lynch. My goodness. Uh, we had a little bit of an electromagnetic field take over. And, my browser was not working properly. And I typically can do a quick restart of the browser and correct that. It doesn't happen very often, but that didn't want to work. And I tried it 3 times and I ended up restarting my computer. So I apologize for that. We had some blank air. That's not a great broadcast, but we're going to roll with it, and we're going to go right with the way that went. So anyway, welcome to the American Gumption Morning Show. Thanks for being patient. We'll just edit out in the replay. We'll edit out that blank space, and we'll pretend like nothing happened.
The miracles of modern science.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do, Don, is I want to read a little bio that I have. It tells people who you are, and then I have a song that I play, and I'm almost nervous about playing the song because that adds one more layer of complexity to the computer. But we're going to give it a try. So anyway, it's the first time guest welcoming song. But let me read the announcement, and then I'll play the song, and then the rest of the time we'll just talk about what the work you're doing. All righty?
Let's go.
All right, so Don Lynch is a pioneer in the field of vital energy transformation. He has the ability to clairvoyantly see and feel the body's energies and energy blocks that prevent proper flow. Don is known for his simple methods of shifting the body's energies for health and vitality. This ability came to Don as a result of 3 different near-death experiences he had in the waters of Mexico, which is where Don lives. Today, Don helps people who are sensitive to EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, EMFs, so electromagnetic frequencies. He clears energy blockages and teaches people how to protect themselves from these energies. He has devoted the last 12 plus years to researching advanced energy techniques. His approach to this work is science and biologically based, and I like that aspect. As my monologue referred, I'm very interested in connecting the science part of it all. So Don Lynch, welcome to the American Gumption Morning Show.
Thanks, Steve. You mentioned that that almost near-death stuff going on, and I ever since that happened, my life has changed significantly. But I realized, over the years now, I had other near-death experiences, but I never had them compressed so closely together. 3 near-death experiences in the water, and I realized that what happened in that was actually my ego got crushed. My ego about my own belief about who and what I was and where I was from and who I am today and where I'm going. I mean, that all got crushed. And so when that happens, you have the ability to connect on a higher basis. You become part of the whole thing. You become one. And sometimes that's shocking for people, and they end up going back in their box that they were at. So that changed for me, and strange things happened after that. But
yeah, so well, tell us a little bit. I mean, these 3 different experiences that you had. I mean, without going into the elaborate details of it all, just give people an overview of what happened to you at that moment or those moments. Because how do you have 3 different times where you're out in the water and something happens?
Well, first of all, I'm a little slow to learn, so I had to do it 3 times. So, but my buddy and I were free diving at night. We used to free dive at night for lobster and fish and stuff, and so free diving in open water is one thing, but free diving like close to rocks is another thing. And that's what we did, and just basically got in like over our heads, so to speak, because of high seas and big waves and currents and stuff like that. And then just one day I was sitting, it was shortly thereafter, after the last experience, my wife had threatened to kill me various times because I kept doing stupid stuff. But I was sitting on our roof. I mean, we're right in the middle of downtown Puerto Vallarta, and I was on the roof here, and just relaxing. And suddenly my body just started taking deep breaths like that. And it just kept going over and over and over. And my wife looks at me and goes, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know what's going on." And I just kept going and going. And finally it stopped. I'm like, I don't know what that was. And then I was at the coffee shop shortly thereafter, and somebody came in with an ache or pain or something like that, and I just took it out of their body. It's just like that, and I just took it out, and then that was the beginning of the journey, this portion that I'm on. So I end up, over the first few years, I end up working on a lot of runners. My wife's a runner, and I worked on a lot of pro fighters, and as well as just regular people and stuff like that. But yeah, it just all came naturally. It wasn't anything book learned. I mean, I have a group here that I work with on Sunday mornings, and they're like amazed that I've never owned a book about spirituality. I was never spiritual at all. I had nothing to do with any of that. And suddenly here I am, I'm connected, and I feel things, and things just flow through me. And it just like opened my connection. When my ego was crushed, I became true to myself, and that's who I am today. So I just go with the flow always, and I don't count on. When I'm working on somebody or in a group, I don't go in with some preset notion of what's going to happen or anything, and I just make a connection and just go with the flow.
What year was it roughly when you had that experience? You were saying you were sitting there and you started that breathing. I mean, how long ago was this that it happened?
It's probably been like 7 or 8 years, maybe.
Oh, so
yeah, it's been like 9 years, maybe. I mean,
so
I was in.
You were like a regular, business type guy. I mean, you worked in food preparation or food production.
Yeah.
What did your early career look like? I mean, and the reason why I want to ask it is that this wasn't something you were like looking for. This is something that kind of found you. So give people a sense of who you were in the early days.
Well, I went to school in the Midwest and got a business degree in business administration, and went to work for Cargill and in the grain exchange in Omaha, Nebraska. Did advanced deposit receipts, and then I went into the restaurant deal. I did restaurant management for most of my life. And then I started working as a general manager of a fairly good-sized food manufacturing plant in Iowa, and I did some. I guess my gift. Well, one of the reasons I went from food manufacturing to food production was I used to run Pizza Huts, and I had a guy that just saw that I was always good with people. I always read people well, and I connected with people, and just worked well with people. I worked with I was one of the co-conspirators on the Americans with Disabilities Act on a national level. Got to participate in that, and I kind of challenged myself about working with people. But anyway, so I guess that was like the one little giveaway early in my life. But business-wise, I just did business stuff. I mean, I was always I did consulting on manufacturing in pet products and stuff like that, and in Mexico and Canada and South America. I just did business stuff, and that's it. I wasn't spiritual at all, actually. So
Is that how you ended up, going down to Mexico? Because you've been living in Mexico for 20 plus years, from what I understand. How did you end up getting down there, and why did you decide that that's the place you wanted to be?
All right, so you're gonna have a lot of people laughing when I tell you this, okay? But in the U.S., I was the general manager of a business that we were the third largest manufacturer of dehydrated pig ears in the United States. And I could not buy enough raw material in the U.S., and I started importing from Europe. And then the quality was such that we couldn't use it. And then I ended up I was at a trade show in Chicago, and this one guy from Mexico I'm talking to, he says, well, you should come to Mexico. And so I did. I came down to Mexico, and I ended up starting my own business down here. And I did put in dehydration plants in Monterrey and Guadalajara, and learned to speak Spanish all over again. I took Spanish in high school and college, but never really learned anything. But I hit the ground running. I traveled throughout Mexico by bus for almost a year and learned Spanish all over again. And ended up having a contract with the largest pork manufacturer processor in Mexico, and did my own business down here in the U.S. with a partner from Canada. And we ran pig ears into the U.S. and into Canada. And so that's what got me to Mexico. And then there was I don't know if you guys remember, but many years ago, there was in this particular aspect of the commodity market in pork stuff, the market is quite volatile. You can make a lot of money in a short period of time. You can also lose a lot of money. And I had a contract, a big contract in the U.S., and the price of pork skyrocketed, the price of pig ears specifically, because China, who was the largest producer of pork in the world, dumped raw pig ears in the U.S. because the price was an opportune time for them, and just crushed my contracts and stuff. So my wife down here, we started doing importation of women's fashions from LA into Mexico. And then when we had her first baby down here, she said, well, you have to find something else to do. And I always loved pizza, and I always was in search of the most perfect pizza and stuff. But anyhow, so I started a pizza business here, and still in it today. But this aspect of my life is not only shows that people that are really good in business doesn't necessarily mean that you're not also very sensitive and intuitive. It means that you can actually do both. I do both. I mean, right now today, I'm looking at the price of corn and soybeans on the cash market in Iowa. It's all part of the deal.
So you're really this guy, and I didn't know that you're still active in the business world, and you're running your business down there in terms of different commodities and different, parts of food production, that sort of thing. And yet you had this experience where, you suddenly started to be able to see people. And this is, again, maybe only like 8, 9, 10 years ago. And you can see the energy in people, and you can not only see it, but you can actually help to, free it. And how do you describe what it is that you do at this point? I mean, what are you seeing, and what's that like? What are you helping people with?
I feel resistance in people's bodies and energy fields. Okay. And then I just connect to it and I pull it out. But my main thing is not healing people. My main thing is showing people how they can heal themselves. Mm-hmm. And, for the first few years, I worked on literally thousands of people. And then I told my guides, I got to take a break, you guys. And give me a break here. And they gave me a break for like 2 years. And they said, okay, you got to get back into it. But now I'm working, I do all that stuff. But I also work a lot with psychics, channelers, and people that are truly sensitives, or, people that are sensitive to electronics. And in Europe and most other countries, I mean, they realize the effect that electronics have on the human body. And so I've been focusing a lot on that kind of stuff with people. Quite quite frankly, I love working with psychics and channelers and these kind of people, clairsentient, clairvoyant people, because I can show them how to actually use their gift at a higher level, and how to be out there and be here at the same time. And that's a challenge for a lot of those people. They end up getting they end up with all kinds of problems working on this particular physical plane. And so I can help them with that, and I have a lot of evidence to back that up. But anyway, but I'm not really a good person to be. I don't normally talk a lot. I'd rather just do stuff. But I'd like to address some of the comments that you made about the quantum thing.
Okay, great. Yeah,
I love the new science coming out about quantum physics and how the physical world is controlled by your conscious world. The same thing that you were doing in college, where you're changing your mentality, changing the words, create a different reality. And so, it's one thing to talk about it, but I can prove it to people that we're all connected, and we can affect the things and people around us. And so what I'd like to do is like to show your people that are watching this, just to do one little thing, and that's about your heart. So if you take your right hand and put it on your heart, okay, then I'm going to explain it in terms of science. When you put your hand on your body like that, you're creating a circuit, because essentially you're just a bag of water and you have some electricity bouncing around in there. And you have an animal brain up here actually running the whole show. Your animal brain is in charge. It's in charge of your autonomic system. And if it says, I'm going to stop this heart, it stops the heart and the show is over with, right? So when you put your hand up there on your heart like that, as an electro being, you've created a circuit within a circuit, okay? A circuit within a battery, actually. Because, okay. Now, just pretend that you could actually feel points in your heart. So move your hand up towards your right shoulder about 2 inches, Steve. No, heart's usually on the other side. You could be unusual, but there you go.
On my left side. The heart's on the left side.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, isn't
it? Yeah. That might explain a few things.
It does.
You're already helping.
Our egos work against us all the time, because your ego wants to keep you trapped in that body. It allows the animal brain to experience this reality, okay? And it wants to keep you here. Your ego is going to fight you all the time. And that was a perfect example. You couldn't even remember what side of your body your heart was on, because it knows where I'm going. It senses this, okay? So move your hand just a little bit, like 1 inch up towards your left shoulder, just a little bit. And there's like little portals for energy here in the middle of your palms, okay? So right now, I don't know if, just pretend that you can feel it. If you can't feel it, it's no big deal, okay? But your body went weak when you moved it there, all right? So now remember where the hand is, and just pull it away from your body and see if you can feel a change in your body.
And what kind of a change am I looking for?
Don't think. Okay.
Think,
just feel. Now put your hand back on there. Right there. All right. So just take a deep breath and blow it all the way out. And then feel your body. Don't think, just feel.
I'm feeling I'm feeling a lot like I'm holding myself tense.
You're becoming aware. And feel that right there. See if you can feel that little shift. There's a little tiny shift going on. It's going down through your right leg, through your hip, and down through your right leg. All right. Now take your hand away. So Now, like if I was a psychologist, I could say, Steve, that was your uncle Mike. He yelled at you when you were 7 years old, and he told you you weren't good enough, or he said you shouldn't be walking. You should be doing this instead of that, and so you felt different. You felt that. You remembered that, and you remembered it by electrical aspects of your body. You didn't remember because of some ethereal. It's because you're basically just a bag of water. That memory was stored right there. Okay. Then the idea is to connect with that and take a deep breath and blow it out. And what that is that's actually modern science calls that the relaxation response. Okay, so like if you're all stressed out, you go home, sit on your favorite chair, and you're in a safe place. The amygdala up there in your animal brain's going, hey, you got some stress over here in this body, and it's injuring the body. It's not good for the body, and it will go to that point of stress. You could call it like in your shoulder or your neck or wherever, in your back, and it goes to that point. Then it makes the body take a deep breath. That changes that stress. Well, that stress is just a point of electrical resistance in the bag of water that you are. So if that can really take that point of electrical resistance out, and everything is based on electrical flow, why can't we use that on everything? All right. So, Steve, you got any aches or pains in your body? So go to the ache or pain. Just use your brain. Go to the point.
Okay.
Don't even tell me what it is. Don't even say what it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just go there. Pinpoint exactly where it's at. Down to a neuron. Okay. Go all the way down. Down to the neuron. And you can put a number on it, like 1 to 10. How bad it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stay there. Stay on that pinpoint. Okay. Now, just take a deep breath and then tap somewhere on your body, like on your leg somewhere. Take a few good taps and blow the breath out all the way. Now just relax. Just feel the shift. All right, check it now. See if it changed any.
It's not any worse, that's for sure.
Did it move a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, moved off to the side a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you go right there, chase it down. Go to that pinpoint. Use your brain. Keep your eyes open. It's more fun that way.
Okay.
We're training the brain to feel on a profound level inside the body with the eyes open. Feel that point, like right there. I'm going to poke it a couple times. Feel this, like right in there, right there. All right. Now just take a deep breath and blow it out. And then feel the shift. It's like a little wave of energy going through your body, going down your right leg, right side, right hip, maybe right there. And just let it go.
Yeah.
All right, now move your body around. Moved again, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So chase it. Moved up, go right there. I'm going to poke it again. Feel this, like right in here, right there, right there. All right, take a deep breath. Tap somewhere and blow it out. It's running away. Move your body around again. Okay. We're just bags of water. We have some electricity bouncing around in us, and we have an operating system. That's it. Everything else above and beyond that fact is just ego-based stuff. When you can grasp that concept, you can actually treat really, weird, rare stuff in an energetic way. So another thing that I'm doing now with people is as people get more sensitive to themselves, I open an aspect to people's brains that include torsion. So torsion is spin, and spin is all about keeping things in balance. So it's like if you buy a new tire for your car, you take the car over there, put the new tire on the rim, and then you spin it up really fast. And the faster you make it go, it pinpoints where the tire is out of balance at. And the same goes for the human body. So the body is energetic, so it has spin to it. But the thing is, our brains have been trained just to realize one aspect of the spin. And so what we can do is we can activate that in you if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So take a drink of water if you got it. My son got me this for Christmas.
It looks like from Star Wars, huh?
Yeah. All right, Steve. So, like the spin going around your head right now is mostly going from your right shoulder around the back of your head and coming back around the front over your left. Okay. Now, my attempt here is just to make you more aware of it. So I'm going to push it harder and faster. And it's going to create points of resistance. Just like I said, it's going to take a point of resistance like this. That's going to force it down smaller. Then when we get it smaller, we can actually release it with that cleansing breath. Okay. All right. So here we go. And just kind of feel this. And the people watching this, I mean, just go with flow. Just watch me. And if you get dizzy or anything, don't look at me. All right. Okay. So here we go, Steve. Pushing it around your head. This is the real quantum. I mean, this is where you can actually feel. This is the baby steps into actually feeling quantum. I feel that little resistance right there. A little tightness in your stomach. All right. Release that. And then we spin it harder and faster like this. And feel that resistance building again and release that one. And a little bit harder and faster. And feel that little tightness right there. Release that. And then harder and faster like this. And feel that. Okay, now I'm going to stop it. I'm going to put the brakes on it, and it feels like this. We'll let that slow down a little bit. It's like a turbine. It takes a little bit to slow it down. We don't want to force it really hard to stop. All right, so just let it slow down for a minute. All right, so now I'm going to spin it the other way and feel this one. This is the interesting one. All right, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to spin it the other way around your head. All right, and feel this. Immediate resistance right there. Push against it and release that one. And push it harder. And feel that tightness. So like right in front of your face, just feel that tightness. But release it. to push it harder and faster, and that feels like this. And feel that. Feel the tightness right there. You got it. Feel that one right there. Get that one. It's a little one. Get that one. All right, now I'm going to push it harder and faster and feel this one. Okay, now I'm going to stop that one and feel the change. All right, good enough. Okay, now feel this one. This is both spins at the same time around your head. All right.
Okay.
This is a true toroidal field, and feel this. And feel that. Now I'm going to push it harder, and it feels like this. Release the resistance. Eyes open, it's more fun that way. Now we take that field and we pull it up above your head like this. A little resistance right in there. I push it harder and stronger and lift it up higher. Then pull it down over your head again. It feels like this. And then over your shoulders like this. Tightness in your abdomen. Whew. Top right quadrant of your abdomen, you got something there. But gonna keep moving. Here it comes. Spinning. Pushing it down farther. You go with opposite spin. Keeping it balanced. Pushing it down over your hips. Over your knees, down your legs. And then pushing it down like this. And resistance immediately right there. Now I'm going to bring it back up to middle of your body. This is like I'll give you the lightweight version here, and I'm going to push it out. And feel this. All right. Then I'm going to make it go harder and faster, keeping it balanced like this. Now I'm going to grab it. I'm going to take it like this. It's vertical. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to turn it sideways.
Okay.
I'm going to put it right on your thyroid right here. Right there. All right. I'm going to keep it going hard and fast right there. Run a little sine wave right through the middle of it like this. And then spin the sine wave like this. Feel that tightness right there. Release that. I'm going to grab the ends of it, and I'm going to pull them together like this towards the middle, and feel this. I feel it tighten right there. A little bit tighter, a little bit tighter. There's 0 point. Release that. Now I'm going to pull it through itself and feel this. And feel that. then stay out there. Remember that. Stay out there. Stay out there and stay here. Stay out. Release that. Ego's fighting you. Stay out there. Okay, now I'm going to pull it back together like this. Go through 0 point again. And then back out like this. And releasing it. That's a baby step. Maybe you could explain maybe if you felt anything there or not.
I certainly am. I have a better understanding what you said about the ego and the crushing of the ego that you experienced, because I did feel myself, fighting and pushing back against it and thinking about what was going on as opposed to just allowing it to be. I was thinking about the last few weeks and months where I would be still and I would feel energy in my body in different places. So I had a little tune-up or a warm-up to what you're talking about, and maybe it was because of when we first met on Christmas Day and you did that thing, but I suddenly became very aware of these little points in my body that were almost like twitching, and I was thinking at that point that, okay, this is energy that's locked up inside of my body. And so since then I've been trying to learn how to think about how can I release this? How can I let that energy go? And it's like I've been thinking about it like it's such a massive pulling together and tightness that has been there so long that it I don't know how to release it and let it go. It's just sort of part of what's normal with my life. And these are some of the thinkings that and the feelings, I guess, that I've had the last couple of weeks, months, as I've become more tuned into this type of work.
Yeah, you're in the baby step stage, but I tell you, I mean, there are so many people out there that are like this. I mean, everybody's sensitive. Everybody's sensitive to their own degree, and so the thing is that their own beliefs about who and what they are, what they can and cannot be, is holding them back. Ego will limit your own capacity to walk your true path. I mean, ego can kill you, your own belief about who and what you are, as well as it can limit your own abilities. I mean, in reality, what happened to me, almost dying, in the water 3 times, my ego just got crushed. I mean, it was like total change. And, I don't wish that on anybody. I'm hoping that, some of my techniques now for making people more ego aware, will help people get past all that and become true to their higher self and work on both levels at the same time. So, just feel the resistance, feel that resistance. I mean, just talking about that, your ego is resisting.
Yeah.
So I just I'll give you a little quickie on ego. Okay.
Okay.
For instance, okay. I had an enlightened person in Asia, in Thailand, that told me that I had a huge ego, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was healing people without touching them and stuff like this, yeah. And so he explained that it was like holding me back and stuff like this. I'm like, okay, but he didn't give me any way to fix it. And so I had to figure out some ways myself. And so now I've developed a system for making people more ego aware. And the first step is to try to communicate ideas and thoughts to other people without interjecting yourself into it. In other words, don't use the words I, me, or mine in communication. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, and you'll probably fail horribly. My wife almost killed me for about 3 months every time I tried to communicate something to her without interjecting my own thoughts and feelings into it. So, I mean, you just feel that. You felt resistance to that immediately. The first thing is not to use the words I, me, or mine. Okay. Just become more aware of what role your ego plays in how you think and feel and react, and be more aware of it. So once you become aware of it, you can actually take it and set it off to the side and connect at a higher level. And so another thing that I do is the ego wants to keep you in the box. And so my thing is that I want to make you more aware of the box. And so what we can do is I'm going to say some words, Steve, and they're just frequencies. They're going to bounce off the bag of water that you are, but your ego is going to react to them. It's going to pull back in, and it's going to create tightness in your body. And when you feel that tightness, we want to make it the worst possible tightness you can feel. Okay. Keep your eyes open. But at the same time, when you see me, or when I tell you to, you just take a deep breath and tap somewhere and blow it out. All right. Okay. You ready? And anybody watching this can do the same thing. Just follow along here. All right. All right, Steve, say your name out loud.
Steve.
Steve, shave your head, shave your eyebrows, lose all sense of self-identity, and feel the tightness. Feel it. All right. Now just tap somewhere, take a deep breath, and blow it out. And then feel the shift. Your ego's resisting you still. I mean, feel this. All right. Tap somewhere forcibly on your body. Tap on your leg forcibly. Okay. Steve, say your name out loud again.
Steve.
Steve, shave your head, shave your eyebrows, lose all sense of self-identity. Now feel the change, feel the point, chase it down, tap, take a deep breath, blow it out. Your ego is not letting you tap. I don't know if you can notice that or not, but I told you. All right. I'm going to do it one more time. This time, tap on your leg. Tap forcibly 4 or 5 times, okay? All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Say your name out loud.
My name is Steve.
Steve, shave your head, shave your eyebrows, lose all sense of self-identity. Feel it. Find it in your body. Now tap forcefully and take a deep breath and blow it all the way out. And you can't keep your eyes open either, can you? All right, so that's part of the challenge. And then feel your body. We are designed to feel. Our ego is restricting our ability to feel. When you feel on a profound level, you can heal on a profound level. And feel that shift. All right. How was that one? Did you like that one?
Yeah.
All right. So next one is even more fun. All right. So now, everybody watching, you can go along with this, okay? Just watch me. All right. Feel the resistance, Steve, right there. Immediately you get resistance. Feel that. Your ego is scared shitless.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're cracking it down. All right. So, all right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull lines of energy up through your legs and your hands and your arms and down through your head. And I'm going to collect it right at your thyroid, right in your thyroid right there. Then I'm going to grab it. I'm going to twist it like this. Okay.
Okay.
And then when I get a nice big knot of it right there, I'm going to pull it out, straight out. And that's going to pull the energy out of your body. And it's going to create points of resistance in the body. And then you're going to tap, take a deep breath, and blow it out. But only when I tell you to. All right. The idea here is to feel it, be more aware of it. Okay, here I come, Steve. All right. Bringing lines of energy up through your feet, through your arms, through your hands, legs, up through there. I'm going to collect it right at your thyroid, then down through your head, going to your thyroid again, twisting it, up through your legs, hands, down through your head, twisting some more. A little bit stronger and harder. Feel this up through your legs and through your hands and arms, down through your head, tightening it up. Okay, now I'm going to pull it and feel this. Feel the tightness starting to happen. Feel that resistance, feel the resistance, feel the resistance. Stay there, feel it, feel it. Okay, now tap firmly. Take a deep breath and blow it all the way out. Let it go back in. Okay, same thing again, up through the legs, up through the hands, arms, down through the head. Again, at the thyroid, turning it this way. Pulling up through the legs, arms, head. Tighten it some more through the head, through your feet, your legs, through your hands, up into the thyroid, twisting it. Now I'm going to pull it out and feel this. And feel the tightness. Feel it. Feel it. All right, now tap somewhere, take a deep breath, blow it out. All right. Now move your body around a little bit. Might feel a little different. All right. Maybe explain to the audience what you felt, if anything.
The first cycle or two, I didn't feel any energy directly moving. But as the cycles continued, I was able to begin to feel energy moving, through my, like as you described, as strands of energy. When you went real fast the last time, I wasn't really able to feel the energy moving. But I was, I did feel a tightness in my thyroid when you were, stretching on it the one time, the second time, the middle time. And so that was my experience.
Yeah. You'll get the more, it's like a muscle, your feeling, your ability to feel. It's like a muscle. You got to be able to exercise it, work it out. And then the good thing about it is that, I go to the coffee shop. My frequency is a little bit different, I go to the coffee shop and I have friends that don't believe any of this stuff. They don't believe any of it, but they all hang around me. They like hanging around me for some reason. They don't know why. I don't usually, I don't have to explain myself or anything to these people. All I have to do is just be myself. And sometimes things come to me and I do things in the coffee shop and stuff, but it's all just part of life, really. Just go with the flow. I mean, it's like no big deal. You can be at both places. You can be out there. You can be here. Be true to yourself. Feel and change the people around you. Change yourself. Go with the flow. It's a lot of fun.
2009, I began my awakening, and I had a friend and coach who was helping me, and she said over and over again, I don't care what you think, I want to know what you feel. And when she said that, I couldn't understand what she was talking about, and it took a while to realize it. I was so locked into thinking, I stopped trusting all of my feeling from some incidences. I've become aware of those, and I'm opening up to it. But this exercise has shown me that there's still an opportunity for me to continue to feel. I would have been like 10 years ago, I would have been able, I would have not even been able to be in the room with you because it would be too threatening. Now I want to do it, and I want to become more feeling, and I am becoming like I'm infinitely on quantum leaps feeling, and yet this exercise is it, and your the feedback I'm getting from you is encouraging me that I still have a long way that I can go, and so that's exciting.
Okay, well, don't create that.
Okay.
The reality, Steve, is that you're already connected. You're already connected. It's your own pinchy ego that's stopping you to utilize the connection. You're already connected.
Okay.
And seriously. All right. So now, for instance, all right, Steve, go out there and connect to the highest level that you can. Just keep your eyes open and then go out and connect to the highest level you can. All right. You're already connected. Okay. So now, like, I'm sensitive enough, I can feel the blocks in that connection that you have there. All right. And I'm going to try to make you more aware of them too. Okay. So there's like one up off the left side of your head, up above your head there a ways. All right. And now just feel the change here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that like this, and I'm going to take it out. And feel the shift. Now, here's another one over here. Now, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to take it out. This is just drags and plasma is all it is. This is a plasma connection here. It's a two-way street. And feel the shift. And just can't feel that. Does it feel any different?
I'm not sure.
You could. Okay, well, don't think too much.
Okay. Does it feel any different? Yeah, I'm trying to think about it there. That's that thinking brain. Yeah.
Okay, so there's several more blocks there. I mean, we can play around with them a little bit. You weren't trusting your connection. It was too weak.
Okay.
Use your own ability to feel to clear your blocks in your connection. You're already connected. You just got to take out things that are slowing it down, messing it up, getting it dirty, mixed messages. Stop thinking, feel. Like that. And then feel that. Feel that, Steve. Better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Self-limiting beliefs. It's a killer. So another thing with ego, people don't realize this, but ego is timeline. Your own belief about who and what you are today, where you were yesterday, and the day before, and where you're going tomorrow. That timeline thing that you've created is all ego-based stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more out there. Just realize that your ego created that. You're a higher being existing in this this shell right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to experience this plane of existence and to learn from it, so you can help more. And have fun doing it. I mean, it's all about having fun. I mean, once you trust your connection and go with the flow, it's a lot more fun.
Thank you for mentioning the connection. I was never consciously. I mean, I was aware. I felt like I was connecting, but I was never becoming aware of the connection as you're saying it in these ideas. And so this is a new tool or a new way of thinking about it that I didn't have before. The plasma is what our friend Angie had talked about, that I had mentioned earlier to you. So the plasma is you mentioned that, and she had mentioned it, and so I obviously don't have an understanding of that, but that's okay for right now.
Well, I have to use words to communicate things is the problem. Words are ego-based. So like when I use a word, it triggers filters in other people. And so they try to cram this stuff I'm trying to teach you into an existing box of knowledge. In reality, forget it. It's a lot more fun if you just feel it and go with the flow.
Yeah. And in my earlier life, I decided that feeling wasn't something I wanted to do, and it wasn't safe to do. So this is where the blockages are still residual.
Join the crowd, Steve. But you can take those out. You feel them. You find exactly where you feel that, down to a pinpoint, down to a neuron. Feel it, and then just take it out.
Yeah.
Your brain is designed to do this. Okay. Okay. Here's an explanation I give to the people that are EMF sensitive, electromagnetic field sensitive. Okay, is that in our brains, in the animal brain here, you have the ability to protect this body from all different kinds of stuff. Now, just imagine through the eons that man has evolved on this planet, there's all kind of radiation coming up out of the ground, out of the earth itself, affecting these bodies, these electrical physical bodies. There's all these huge CMEs coming off of our sun, all these solar system, everything out here is projecting all kinds of energy onto us. And we have managed to evolve to our current state on this planet, okay, because of some reason, okay? And just feel the resistance. But the reality of it is that when you can feel, like if you go back in the ages and humans could feel, they connected with the stars, they connected with all this stuff, they connected with the animals, they connected with nature, they connected everywhere freely, okay? And it allowed us to evolve, because in your animal brain, it can sense danger, and it can make your body have the capacity to run away or to fight or whatever, right? And so today, though, modern man is so stupid that we've limited our ability to feel. And so these people that are EMF sensitive, that are sensitive to cell phones and cell phone towers and all different kinds of electromagnetic fields, these vast majority of these people are hypersensitive people. They are designed to connect outside of themselves, but they can't, because they're living a life of fear of protecting themselves from all these devices. The reality of it is that the key here is to be able to feel on a profound level, and just go at it point by point, one by one. Just feel this, release that. Feel this one, release that one. And then the brain goes into automatic pilot, and it'll protect you as you go through life. No matter where you are, no matter what electromagnetic field you're walking through, it'll protect you. But you have to be able to feel and activate that part of your brain to work.
We were trained to feel, like with our fingertips and with the body, but not with the mind, or with the, what is it that we're, where is that feeling coming from? Is it coming more from the inner source, or the source energy out there, or is it feeling in the mind itself, or what are we trying to, again, I'm thinking feeling like, okay, you touch something, you feel it, but that's the physical.
Yeah. No, you are one, Steve. You are one. You are out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The thing is that you want to feel on all levels. And a lot of people, they cut off the feeling physically. They try to cut physical stuff. And that's when you get into trouble. So you create chronic conditions in the body. All right. Like, for instance, okay, Steve, take your right hand, put up next to your right eye. And we're going to use this little portal right here in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Put it flat against your head like this.
Okay.
Like that. Okay. Now with your other hand, tap on your leg and take a deep breath and blow it out. I'm introducing you to your amygdala. And everybody watching should do this too. This is your amygdala. It's an electrical capacitor right behind your eyes, designed to discharge rapidly. All right. Now, drop that hand, put the other hand up the other side. And move it down your head just a quarter inch. Right in there. Okay. Now just tap like 3 or 4 times, all you need. Take a deep breath, blow it all the way out. Now, these capacitors are just like a capacitor on your electric motor or your compressor, that you can short these out to put them back to neutral. So this capacitor system here is not completely discharged, and that's what we're doing. We're creating a circuit with the hand. This electrode circuit is connecting to this supercharged capacitor right behind your eye. You felt that as I described it. All right. Now, take your hand and put it on your thyroid. And don't hook your finger. Don't hook your thumb. Put up. Don't do this. Do this. Yeah. Okay, now raise your elbow up so your hand's straight across your body. Like this. Okay. Don't go like this. No. It's like this. There you go. But use your palm right in the middle. Yeah, move it down your throat just a little bit, Steve. Right in there, okay? Now put your palm flat against your sternum and move it a quarter inch to your right. To your right, the other right. There you go. All right, a little bit more. Move it a little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. Stop right there. Okay. Now with the other hand, just tap on your leg, take a deep breath, and blow it out. Then just feel your body. This is discharging this system. So this thyroid is actually a capacitor, okay? You can take your hand down. Now put your hand on your right kidney or your left kidney, wherever you are at, all right? And then raise it up just a ½ inch up, straight up your body. And use your palm and go right there, okay? All right? All right, now just tap it with your other hand, take a deep breath, blow it out. All right, raise your hand up just a quarter of an inch, Steve. Right there. All right, now tap, take a deep breath, blow it out. All right, now drop that hand, go to the other side. All right, raise it up a quarter inch. Tap, take a deep breath, blow it out. Then move it forward a quarter inch. All right, now take your hand away from your body and just move your body around a little bit. See if you notice any difference.
I'm not sure if I notice a difference or not. I feel like I'm, you know, I feel like I'm being difficult to, relax into it a little bit. So
Don't sweat it.
okay, thank you.
So take your right hand, put it on your stomach, just below your sternum, about 3 inches. Right down there. Push. All right. Feel that. All right. Now just tap somewhere. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. Then go straight down about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Right in there. Push in hard. Tap. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. Stop wanting so hard. Don't want so much. Don't use I want or I am. Stop wanting. Just be. All right, move your hand away. Blow that out. That was a relaxation breath, and you held it in. You go like this, and then you held it in. Okay, let it out. Your brain is definitely feeling it. The only thing blocking is your ego. I mean, your body's reacting. Yeah. I don't know. If you go back and watch this video, you see your body's reacting to all this stuff, and you're just blocking it. So it's just your ego stuff, So, but you get the idea. You can watch this video over.
Yeah.
And you could probably even turn the sound off and see what your body does as you're looking at the video.
Okay.
All right. Just for yucks.
Yeah. No, this is great. I want to thank you for taking the time, for joining us, for allowing me to have the experience. And the one thing that this show is designed to do is to allow others to learn from the learning that I go through. I like to be a student, and I enjoy teachers like you, and I'm grateful that that we met and that you came here today and gave all of us this lesson on it, because I'm already thinking about not using I, and it's really tough.
Well, the thing is, just become aware of how much you use it. So
yeah. So I do want to say thank you, Don, for joining us. We'll wrap up and let you go. There's probably more that could be done, but I think that what would be more beneficial would be to kind of let some of this sink in, go back, rewatch it, learn a little bit more, practice a little bit more. And I think being is the key. And what did you say? Not trying so hard. So thank you.
Yeah. Don't try to force it. Just relax, go with the flow. Trust your connection.
Allowing. How do I allow it to happen, as opposed to, trying to make it happen?
It's that ego thing blocking you. So
yeah. Okay.
All right, Steve.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much. I sure did appreciate the fact that that we arranged this and that we had a chance to meet. And I really liked that you were able to give a little bit of the backstory initially, because one of the challenges that I think people have who want to do this work is they know, and yet if people are a little too kooky and too far out there, it kind of turns them off, or it scares them and they don't want to get going. So you got into this not because you had a plan to get into it. You got into it because it just happened to you, but then you learned how to go with it. And I think that's what if we can all just learn to be more and go with it, it'll create a better human experience for all of us. And that's really the goal, right? Have a better human experience.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yes,
We went longer than a half hour longer than we normally do, but that's okay. I'm grateful for you, and I want to just say thank you, and hopefully we can, come back and do it again sometime, and we'll see, we'll go to another level, because I'm just that student who's learning and enjoying it. So thank you.
All right. Good to be here. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, we'll see you again.
Adios.
Wow. So yeah, we went a half hour longer than we normally do, but I just was feeling like Don was right in the middle of showing something, and I was just trying to be the student going along with it and learning. It is a challenge, right? The ego is that thing that keeps us, locked into where we are and what we think we are already. And so this was a show unlike any others so far. So thank you, Don, for joining us. All righty. Well, let's just wrap up. I'm going to come back to tomorrow, and I'm going to do a live show. Maybe I'll talk about this experience. Maybe that'll be what my monologue is all about at this point. Who knows? Friday, Dori Morales, the publisher of Green Living Magazine, she will be joining us then. And next week, we're not going to do a show on Monday, but we will do shows on Tuesday through Friday. And I have guests scheduled for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll announce those tomorrow and on Friday. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us here, and I will see you all. I'll see you tomorrow.